So my name's Wong. I study at the University of Auckland. I'm double majoring in accounting and finance. I'm currently doing a 2-month, well, I just finished a 2-month internship in Shenzhen with CRCC Asia. So I worked for a consulting company. We looked at setting up trust and funds and other administrative processes. We also looked at business process outsourcing, but that's more related to the other branch. Our branch specifically focuses on the structuring and all that stuff. So I conducted a lot of independent research projects, reporting on different things relating to international tax laws. I also did a lot of different other office tasks, such as answering phone calls, the door, all in basic / intermediate Chinese, paying phone bills, invoices, office stuff. So I worked in a very small office. There was only one other employee with me at the time, my supervisor. Our relationship was great. We had lunch a few times. She was able to help me with all my questions, anything I have relating to Chinese business, the culture, as well as my own work that I needed to do. The things I enjoyed about the CRCC Asia program was that it allowed me to explore China, both in a work environment as well as in a social context. I was able to, in the weekends, for example, we went to a few interns and I went to Guangzhou for the weekend, and that was really fun. As well as at the same time during the week we were able to work. Yeah, I guess it gave me an idea of what it would be like if I was to work outside of New Zealand, not only in China, but it gave me a taste of what it is to step outside of that university context. I also enjoyed the people that I met on the internship program, the locals as well as the other interns, the staff. It's just a whole range, very multicultural, and yeah, that's I guess the bulk of what I enjoyed on this program. So one thing I really enjoyed about Shenzhen was that because it was on the border of both China and Hong Kong, it encompassed both of the different places, like culture as well as different people. Shenzhen has a lot of people from Hong Kong that comes up just for holiday or do business, and then a lot of people from China also go from Shenzhen to Hong Kong as well. So, and I'm originally from Hong Kong, so even though I can't speak it that well, there are a few people here I can communicate well with, even though my Mandarin is not good. Also, the public transport is very efficient. Rush hour is quite packed, but I think you'll get to experience that for yourself firsthand. Greenery compared to what I've seen. It's a beautiful city. The place where I work is there's a lot of skyscrapers, very beautiful at night with all the lights. And yeah, I just really appreciated the city overall. So one thing that's very popular in China is this thing called Shuang. It literally means dancing in the square or the park. So that's where around maybe 7:30 p.m. every night, just a whole bunch of Chinese ladies just gather in the square and they just dance to Chinese pop music. It's quite shocking the first time you see it, and it's very loud, especially when you're living right next to it, but it's very fun. Me and the fellow intern, one night we joined along just at the back row, no one's looking at you and you can just join along and try to follow all the movements. It's really fun. I would recommend it to anyone. You'll see them everywhere at around that time at night, so maybe before or after dinner you can just have a fun little bit of exercise. And yeah, I would recommend to be very proactive and not afraid to ask questions, especially to your supervisor. There might be times where it can seem quite boring, or maybe you've just been doing the same work for a long time. Don't be afraid to ask your supervisor, is there anything else you can help with? Just to show that you're willing to contribute, add value to the company in any way possible. I spent many times doing what seemed, I don't know, maybe from a different person's perspective, menial tasks, but I would not have, I guess, make the most of the time you have in China, both in the work and social context. The people you meet here are I've met a Norwegian, I've met Australians, I've met Chinese people, I've met Malaysians, I've met British people. It's just a very amazing experience here. So I would say don't be afraid. Be cautious, but don't be afraid. Just to ask questions. The staff are willing to answer any questions or help you out in any way you can, and yeah, I think you'll enjoy your time here in Shenzhen.